is not mine. Do not accept it. Acetic acid in a sealed tin. Do not accept it. It is not genuine. A ring of gold with the sun in it. Lies. Lies and grief. Frost on a leaf, the immaculate cauldron, talking and crackling, all to itself on the top of each of 9 black Alps. A disturbance in mirrors, the sea shattering its gray one. Love, love my season. This next one is called The Rabbit Catcher. The Rabbit Catcher. It was a place of force, the wind gagging my mouth with my own blown hair, tearing off my voice in the sea, blinding me with its lights at the lives of the dead, unreeling in it, spreading like oil. I tasted the malignity of the course, its black spikes, the extreme unction of its yellow candle flowers. They had an efficacy, a great beauty. They were extravagant, like torture. There was only one place to get to. Simmering, perfumed, the paths narrowed into the hollow, and the snares almost effaced themselves. Zeros shutting on nothing, set close like birth pangs. The absence of shrieks made a hole in the hot day. A vacancy, the glassy light was a clear wall, the thickets quiet. I felt a still busyness, an intent. I felt the hands around a tea mug, dull, blunt, ringing the white china. How they awaited him, those little deaths. They waited like sweethearts. They excited him. And we two had a relationship. Tight wires between us. Pegs too deep to uproot, and a mind like a ring, sliding shut on some quick thing. The construction killing me also. This next one is called The Applicant. First, are you our sort of person? Do you wear a glass eye, false teeth, or a crutch? A brace or a hook? Rubber breasts or a rubber crotch? Stitches to show something's missing? No, no. Then, how can we give you a thing? Stop crying. Open your hand. Empty, empty. Here's a hand. To fill it and willing. To bring teacups and roll away headaches. And do whatever you tell it. Will you marry it? It is guaranteed. To thumb shut your eyes at the end and dissolve sorrow. We make new stock from the salt. I notice you are stark naked. How about this suit? Black and stiff, but not a bad fit. Will you marry it? It is waterproof, shatterproof, proof against fire and bombs through the roof. Believe me, they'll burn you in it. Now your head, excuse me, is empty. I have the ticket for that. Come here, sweetie, out of the closet. Well, what do you think of that? Naked as paper to start. In 25 years, she'll be silver. courtyard, a fountain leaps and sinks back into itself. Nun-hearted and blind to the world, marble lilies exhale their pallor like scent. I imagine myself with a great public, mother of a white Nike and several bald-eyed Apollos. Instead, the dead injure me with attentions and nothing can happen. The moon lays a hand on my forehead, blank-faced and mum as a nurse. This next one is called Lady Lazarus. I've done it again. 1 year in every 10, I manage it. A sort of walking miracle. My skin, bright as a Nazi lampshade. My right foot, a paperweight. My face a featureless, fine Jew linen. Beloved napkin. Oh, my enemy. Do I terrify? The nose, the eye pits, the full set of teeth. The sour breath will vanish in a day. Soon the flesh. The grave cave 8 will be. And home on me. And I, a smiling woman. I am only 30, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. This is number 3. What a trash to annihilate each decade. What a million filaments the peanut-crushing crowd shoves in to see. Then unwrap me hand and foot, the big striptease. Gentlemen, ladies, these are my hands, my knees. I may be skin and bone, nevertheless I am the same identical woman. The first time it happened I was 10. It was on accident. The second time I meant to last it out and not come back at all. I rocked shut as a seashell. They had to call and pick the worms off of me like sticky pearls. Dying is an art like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. I do it so it feels like hell. I do it so it feels real. I guess you could say I have a call. It's easy enough to do it in a cell. It's easy enough to do it and stay put. It's the theatrical. Come back in broad day to the same place, the same pace, the same brute. I'm used to shout. A miracle that knocks me out. There is a charge. For the eyeing of my scars, there is a charge. For the hearing of my heart, it really goes. For the eyeing of my and there's a charge, a very large charge, for a word or a touch or a bit of blood or a piece of my hair or my clothes. So, her doctor, so, her enemy. I am your opus, I am your valuable, the pure good gold baby that melts snags and eddies around a sunken rust-red engine. They concentrate my attention that was happy, playing and resting without committing itself. The walls also seem to be warming themselves. The tulips behind bars, like dangerous animals, they are opening like the mouth of some great African cat, and I am aware of my heart. It opens and closes. Its bowl of red blooms out of sheer love of me. The water I taste is warm and salt like the sea, and comes from a country far away as health. Okay, the next one I'm going to read is called A Secret, and I think it might be the last one I'm going to read. A secret, how superior. How you are blue and huge, a traffic policeman, holding up one palm. A difference between us. I have one eye, you have two. The secret is stamped on you. Faint, undolent watermark. Will it show in the black detector? Will it come out? Wavery, undelible. True. Through the African giraffe is the Edeny greenery. The Moroccan hippopotamus. They stare from a square, still frill. Therefore expert, one a fool, the other a fool. A secret, an extra amber, brandy finger, roosting and cooing, you. Behind 2 eyes, in which nothing is reflected but monkeys. A knife that can be taken out, to pare nails, to lever the dirt. It won't hurt. An illegitimate baby, that big blue head. How it breathes in the bureau drawer. Is that lingerie pet? It smells of salt cod. You had better. Stabs a few cloves in an apple. Make a sachet. Or do away with the bastard. Do away with it together. No, it is happy there. But it wants to get out. Look. It is wanting to crawl. Oh God, there goes the stopper. The cars in the Place de la Concorde. Watch out, a stampede. Horns twirling, and jungle gotta